Welcome back, everyone. So today I'm just going to do a quick video on installing a little reverse camera kit that I've kind of put together. I wouldn't say I've created it, I've just put some parts together to make something that works. That's quite simple, very cheap to do, but it is effective. And it is going to be for the genuine head unit, so the factory head unit. However, it can be modified for aftermarket head units and so on and so on. My one that I'm doing is going to sit in the sort of like the number plate light. However, what I will do is I'll show you how to remove the outer boot skin as well at the same time, just to give you options, because you can get like a different camera. And as I go along, what I will do is I'll put the different camera and different variants that you can buy in the description, so you can choose which way you go. But the sort of harness and the sort of plug and play adapter that I've made will work for both anyway. The only thing I would say is the one thing you've got to remember is the factory head unit, factory camera works on 6 volts, and the aftermarket ones, they work at 12 volts. So you have to be very careful with that. You don't want to blow anything up putting the different voltages in. I have recently just done the CarPlay upgrade on a client's car, where they wanted to retain the original reverse camera. So we managed to do a harness for that. It was very easy, very simple to do in regards to creating the harness. So we managed to do the factory camera to a aftermarket head unit, and so on. But I'll explain what we do as we go along, and then I've got a few of the little kits available. I will put a description in the I'll put a link in the description. I haven't got them up on eBay or anything at the moment. They're only going to be about 50-60 quid for everything that you need, but I'll explain what we need to do as we go along. So this is the little kit that I've put together. So these are different, obviously you say the different camera options. This is the one with the mount for the reverse light. This is a 6 volt camera. Like I say, you can do the same, you can get the same mount. I will put some links in the description, and I will create a few of these. This is a 6 volt option. Obviously, if you had an aftermarket head unit, you could use the 12 volt option. It'd wire in exactly the same, go in exactly the same. The only difference is the other end would go to the aftermarket head unit. What you would need is the normal, if it's the 12 volt, you'd need the normal trigger feed off of, say, the reverse light, like you would normally would, and then you'd have the lead going down to the back of the head unit with the trigger lead and the video lead. But that'd be that one. On my one, I've used a simple, this is for a CCTV camera, to be honest, because it's got both the power and the video feed that we need. Simple 5 meter cable, nice and tidy. Later on in the video you will see, I mean, for those that are eagle-eyed will notice that when it comes to the other end, the male and the female are wrong in regards to, obviously, if it's live it's supposed to be female, and if it's connector going in it should be male. But when we're working at 5-6 volts, this is not going to be played with. Once it's in, it's going to be taped up, sealed. It doesn't really matter whether it's male or female. For the purists among us, they might be offended by it, but to be honest, for the price of it, I'm not bothered. And then finally, the little plug and play adapter that I've created, or really just put together, which is going to sit in behind the touchscreen. So it sits in behind here. I'll show you all that later. It's very simple. It's plug and play. Unsurprisingly, the other end of the cable goes in there, and that's that. It will need coding into the car using DTT for all, but again, I will show you all that when we get to it. If you wanted to, I can supply an adapter harness, little adapter harness like this, for the genuine camera, which realistically you lose the power cable, and you just have the video feed, and then you can make a little adapter for the other end so you can power the camera. It's very simple to create. I know you can buy them online for like £100, but if anyone wants any plans or anything like that, if they drop me an email, I'll do a little diagram. To remove the rear bumper on the Smart for 4, what you need is a T30 torque bit, a T20 torque bit, and a panel tool. First things first, you need to remove the 220 torque 20 bit screws in the tail lights 1 and 2. That's on both sides, and then with your panel tool just lever out from the bottom and the tail light will come out. The next thing is to remove the 2 torque 20 bits in each of the wheel arches. So you've got the one there and the one here. It is a little bit tight in behind the wheel. It might be worth taking the wheel off, but I've got a T-bar and it fits in just enough, so I've done it without removing the wheel. That's on both sides. Next, what you've got underneath is 5 T20 bits. So this is the middle, and then you've got one towards the edge there, and then one, if it focuses, I don't know if it will, just on the edge there, and obviously you've got 2 going the other way, so there's 5 in total. Obviously it's just the 2 T30 screws, 1 either side, to be removed. Once that's done, I've just pulled it out, but just gently take hold of the edge and just pull, and the side will disconnect. And then basically what you want to do is just work your way along, and the bumper will unhook. I'll just do this side, so just gently just pull it out. It's really gentle, and then just go along and it'll unpull, and then the bumper will drop down. As you pull it away, just be careful of, there's a little electrical collector just here. All you need to do is push on the tab and it slides apart, and then that is the bumper off. Just lay the bumper down onto, I've got a little bit of a rug there. All we need to do, I'm going to just push in the tab on the electrical connector and just pull the connector out, and then on this you just squeeze in that, and then the light will pop out, and I'll show you what to do. Here's the light unit out, and what we need to do is just pop out the lens, and as you can see it's held on by 4 little clips, just where like my thumb and index finger are, and just one's there. So what I'm going to do is just with a little pick tool is just pick the lens cover off for this one. So the camera goes, the wire goes in the little notch there, and then that's just going to slot onto there. What I have found is with these, what I will need to do is just take a little notch out of that corner here, just so the cable can fit through and come out the back. I'll do that, and then I'll show you what I've done. So what I've done there is just where my thumbnail is, using a very sharp pair of pliers or snips. All I've done is just snipped the corner bit there, and I managed to just bend the plastic enough just to get the cable through, and that's popped back in quite nicely. And then all you've got to do is just push that back into place, and then that'll be that ready to go back onto the bumper. Okay, so that's it all pushed in. Sits in there quite nicely actually. That's not too bad on the corner. So that's ready just to pop back into the bumper and get plugged back up, and then I'll show what to do with the cabling. So I've put the light back in, and then all I've done is just tape the harness up along the original bumper harness. Put the main harness in. What I've done is behind the carpet, if you just pull this out slightly, this will unhook. But in here, what you can see, I haven't got my light with me today, you can see this cable grommet going down there. So that is the one going to your bumper. There we go. So this one here, that's the one going to your bumper. Okay, so all I've done is that's just a rubber grommet. It pulls out, and when you pull that out, you'll get the main harness little connector come up from the rear bumper. All I did was with the video cable is just make a little notch in the grommet with my knife and poke the cable through, put it through, and then what it will do is it will drop out just down here, and all I did was feed it through with the main harness inside the plastic sleeve, so it's nice and protected, and then it comes out here, and then what you've got is the ends of the cable. I had installed this cable a couple of days ago. That's why it's all taped up, but all you're going to do now is, unsurprisingly, the power cable and the video cable connect into your camera on the bumper, and then the bumper can go back on in the reverse order of taking it off. Once we've done that, I'll explain what we do next. Once you've feeded the cable inside, you can basically then run it along the back. You've got two options then. You can either go down along like the flooring of the car, or you can, like the dash cam, you can take it up the pillar and along the inside of the head lining, whichever is personal preference. I've just gone along the footwell, but I'll show you that as we go along. It's come down in there. So to get the little airbag switch out, all you need to do, pull the rubber trim away, get your panel tool in, and then just pop, and you've got a couple of clips down the side, and then that just levers out. So the next bit now is just to remove the main screen. So first of all, I need to remove my phone cradle. I'll put a link in the description for this cradle because it is good. So what you're going to need first of all is a panel tool. So with this screen, it's hinged at the top here and here, and it's held in by two press studs here and here. So what you need to do, panel tool in behind the silver bit. In behind the silver bit, run it along. So two studs, and you can see it's hinged, and all we do is hinge, drop it down. To get the connector out, press it in, pull it out. It's as simple as that. As you can see, you've got, there's the two press bits, and then they hinge under there. Next thing, to remove the screen, you go back to the old T20, I think it is again, and what you've got is, you can see it there, you've got 1, 2, same on this side, 3, 4 T20 screws, and that will remove the, no it won't, remove the screws. So once the screws are removed, the screen is still held in by little press bits which are here and here on both sides. So panel tool in and just lever, and you need to do the same again on this side. So just panel tool in, ooh, and lever. Just be careful, there's a screen to the top and bottom. Oh, and the screen will pop out, and we just need to remove harness on the back. So you're leaning forward, on the back you've got the different connectors. We've got the feed from the stereo and your SD cards and USB, and then your main harness there. To get them off, all the same, just press a little stud in at the top and they pull off. Next thing to remove is the 4 screws holding in the surround, which is, you got one there, one at the back there, and one down the bottom there. And then once you've removed that, this outer black plastic bit should pull away. So once they're all undone, all you can do is just take hold of the plastic bit, feed the cable back through, and that pops out. And then what we need to do to remove this silver bit is just go round. It does pop in, so panel tool underneath. Oh, panel tool underneath, and then we just go around all the clips nice and gently. Once they're done, go along the bottom, and then this top corner has got a lip on it, so what you need to be careful, it is strong, as long as you're careful it'll be okay, but as you can see it's got a couple of little lips that sit underneath here, so you just have to fold it away gently. To get to this stage, using my trusty cable feeding tool, what I will do is just feed the cable through behind that panel, and it's going to pop out where we were before. And basically you just tie the or tape that cable onto it, pull it back through, and then it will be back through here where we need it. When we get to that point, I'll show you what we're going to do next. So what I've done is pulled the cables through. As you can see, put these cables back through into the middle and put the surround on. Basically what we're going to do now is put the black surround back on, bolt that in, pull the cables through, and then I'll show you what we need to do with the harness. So that's all back in, all cables nicely separated now. All we need to do is, with my little harness adapter that I've put together, all it's going to do is, obviously the female end, as it were, goes into the main harness connector for the screen. What I did find is with I had to just, with a knife, I don't know if that's going to focus, just notch out a little edge for that to clip in, and then this end just clips into the screen as normal, and then obviously you've got your power and your video feeds there. Plug the others back in, screen back in, and then it's just a little bit of coding and we should be there. Right, so bit of coding, DDT for all as always. Click on your COM port. Oh, hang on, yeah, I'm afraid. Get that to load. If this takes a bit of time to load up and stuff, I'll speed this a little bit up a little bit. But yeah, as always, we're going to head up to search. We're going to go to CAN. I've been having some issues when I look down here. It's not showing up the navigation file. However, not to worry, we can sort that one out. There we go, look, no navigation ECU found, so it's not too much of an issue. Once it's finished loading, I'll if it takes too long, I'll speed it up a little bit. We'll go from there. So with mine, it's obviously going to show that I have installed the camera already. This is just a check. So in the second box here, what we're going to need to do, you need to find where it says navigation. However, mine said it didn't have it, but it does. So it couldn't find the ECU, however it has got the navigation. So you double click on the navigation, or click on there, open up the drop down, and then what you want to do is find MFD and then the highest number. So 1.8 there, keep going down, we'll have a look, see if there's any better ones than that. 4.3 there, yeah, that'll do. So oh, there's a 5.4, even better. So double click on that. It does take a bit of time. Like I say, if it does take a bit of time, I will just speed that up a bit. And then scroll down the bottom bit here, navigation, MFD. Then we're going to config, and we need to, I'll just move this bit a little bit just so you can see the top one where it says radio, audio and all that other good stuff. So populate that into the main screen.
On this one, you can obviously change all your, well, if you're bored, your branding as well whilst you're at it. But what we want to do is come down all the way here where it says rear view camera. So at the moment, mine are a little bit different, but that will say not fitted, not fitted, not fitted, indication, indication, default. So what you want to do is, obviously, as always, you change these. So mine says not fit. Basically, what these options are is trunk open handle. So basically, there's a display that populates saying the camera won't work if your boot's open. This one won't display the camera if the boot's open. The third one is the rear view camera, whether it is or isn't fitted. You've got your dynamic guidelines, your fixed guidelines, and your steering lines. So dynamic lines are obviously your lines that bend when you turn. The fixed guidelines are your distance lines, and then your rear cam guideline settings is basically you can go into that, change them how wide they like, the distances basically. So I'm going to have not fitted for the display, because I don't really care that the camera doesn't work when the boot's open. This one you can do. So if you do it not fitted, basically the camera, if you open the boot and the camera's on, in fact I might do that, so not fitted, so the camera will still work if the boot's open. That won't give you the message that the camera won't work when the boot's open. That's fine. Fitted, as in the camera's fitted, and an indication line, and so on. With the original camera, these are more prevalent. Aftermarket ones, maybe not so, as in like the dynamic lines, turning with the steering wheel, and so on. But then all you need to do is block command. So yeah, Einstein mode as always. Click on right camera configuration like that. Head up to the top. Once that's done, we need to head up to the top and then just go right all. That will populate down the bottom. Your head unit screen should basically go to blank and reboot, and then once it's rebooted, that will be that done. Obviously, whilst it's going through its boot up sequence again, all the data on the side goes to no data. So once that's loaded, I can give it a check. So we'll on the normal, stick it into reverse, and there it is, it comes up. And then when you turn the wheel, the lines move as well. So that is all in and working. So that is the end of the video. As always, I hope it was useful. Any questions, comments on that, either drop me an email, I'll put it in the comments section. I will be making a few of those kits. If you want one, obviously, either drop me a comment or drop me an email. Probably drop me an email is the best option, and then I can sort that out and get that out to you. I will be putting them up on eBay. As soon as I've got a link to that, I'll stick that up as well. All the tools and that I use, again, I'll put links to them in the description. When I get 5, I will do the other option, which is the sort of like how to do an aftermarket camera for the actual tailgate, like sort of in the original camera position, and how to remove the outer boot skin. Unfortunately, I've just run out of time for today, but I will get that done and up and loaded within the next, hopefully the next few days. I'm just finishing off the cabling for the 64 colour ambient light upgrade. Again, that's going to be plug and play, no cutting of cables, nothing like that, using the original Mercedes harness to do all that, which is nice, and that's plug and play. And it should, if you have an aftermarket head unit, one of the Android Auto ones or the CarPlay ones, you should be able to download an app for that and then control the ambient lighting through the app as well, which would be good to make it a lot more factory.
But yeah, like I say, hope it was useful. Please like the video if it's useful. Look, subscribe to the channel. I've got loads of other stuff coming up. As always, if there is any videos that you need, anything like that at all, anything you need to clarify, let me know and I'll try and do that for you as best I can. And like I say, I'll get the other video of the boot lid and that, and the different option for the camera up as soon as I can, work depending. But yeah, as always, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.